So for context, there's a virtual rapper named FN Meka. Do we all know about FN Meka in this chat? In the first video, FN Meka was a recently signed to Capitol Records artist. And in our latest stream, FN Meka has been dropped from their label due to insensitivity, I think is what they said. But so the person that I'm bringing in, so for context, the person that the person that I'm bringing in is the artistic musical voice of FN Meka. So the rapper heard in their 2019 tracks, Kyle the Hooligan, who recently on his Instagram, like we can actually watch this. Check this out. So this is Kyle the Hooligan who we'll be talking to.
Hey, this Kyle the Hooligan. So I know y'all probably been hearing about this FN Meka stuff. People been DMing me like, and I try to keep it quiet because I was gonna really wait till this shit blew up for real and then like went after them because basically it was like they came to me with this AI shit and was like, would I want to be the voice of it? And I thought it was gonna be like some collaboration. They promised me equity into the company, percentages, all this stuff. So I'm thinking like, okay, there's about to be some collab, something different for me. So where I could do my music and be on some AI stuff with this FN Meka character. So everything's going good. Next thing I know, niggas just ghosted me. Like, use my voice, use my sound, use the culture, and literally just left me high and dry. I ain't get a dime off of nothing. And they got record deals, all this stuff. I wasn't involved with no meetings or none of that. Like, which is fucked up. So honestly, like, I'm glad they ass got canceled. Like, that's karma for their ass, cause God don't play with me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like,
So like it's fucked up, right? And I really just want to hear his side of the story. That's kind of all I want to do. Is hear him out. Do I have questions in mind? Yeah. Um yeah, I've got a couple questions. They're pretty open-ended. I want to talk about how Kyle got into music, like what is his musical background, inspirations, stuff like that. Yo, what's up, dude? Can you hear me? Yes, yes. I'm just turning this up for the chat real quick. It's good to actually like talk in person after like talking to the DMs and stuff.
Yeah, this is all like really crazy.
Yeah. No, it is a very wild, it's a very wild story. Since Kyle isn't connected to the audio yet, do you want to just switch over to the stream? Yeah, we can. Oh, they can hear it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, totally. What's up, y'all? What's up, chat? I can see it. I'll
Yo.
pop out chat. Yeah. I'll pop it out.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to introduce you, and let me know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I think I heard it as Jacques Morel. Is that what
Oh,
you?
correct. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool,
correction. That's correct. Yeah.
I was gonna call you a star of stage and screen, but I know you sort of as a creator, formerly at Genius. What are you up to these days?
Now I'm making content for myself. I'm a
Oh, hell
full-time
yeah.
Content creator.
Dude,
Yeah.
welcome to the club. That's amazing.
Yeah. Thanks. It's a lot of work. Basically, I worked at Genius up until September 15th, and I got laid off. Me and a bunch of other like really talented people, we all got laid off. You know, capitalism, right? Hashtag capitalism.
Yeah.
And so I was there for 4 years, like one of the faces of the channel, of the YouTube channel, essentially competing with y'all. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
and was doing that, and then now like it was like hard getting started at first, but for the last like 3 months especially, I've been making like my own content.
No,
Yeah.
dude, that's awesome. I love to see it. I also think that, you know, whenever I see content creators for these larger publications, I think that a lot of the consumers assume that the big corporation is giving a lot of resources to these people, but at least in my experience, you're doing just as much, if not more work than some independent creators, but you're not seeing the same upside as the corporation.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it. Oh, shouts to Kofi Wyatt, Traffic Plays. I see y'all in the
Yo,
chat.
Kofi, what's up?
Appreciate y'all. Yeah, it's truth. I mean, Kofi could definitely speak to this, but in a similar way, like we don't get the same support. And like, I'd also like this is like the fact that like you honestly you pointing this video out really is like one of the first people to honestly be like, oh, that I've been on it. I've been reading
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all these articles when FN Meka like got
Right,
signed and
right.
everything, and I'm like, yo, I did a whole video like right
Yeah,
there.
you did the whole thing.
I did the whole thing right there. But just also indicative of like the same thing with YouTube, right? You make YouTube videos. It's almost like they go into a hole and like it's like it never happened sometimes. And
All right, it
where
looks like
instances
we're
like this,
Oh, not to interrupt you. I think we might
no,
be
you
coming
good.
in. The man himself.
Hey Renee, thank you, appreciate that. Maru Ralph says I have a nice voice. I appreciate. Yeah, I stream too. I used to host like a streaming show for Genius called The Coastside Live. We would have like a couple hundred people in the chat. Like, I just been so busy streaming. It's just being a full-time content creator. It's just so busy. It
It
takes so
really
much
is.
time. And like the way that you got it set up, like you turn like your Twitch streams into like your YouTube videos,
Right,
like
right, yeah.
and that's what Kofi's doing. So I'm in the process of like
Yeah.
figuring that out.
I didn't know
Yeah.
you knew Kofi. I like just saw him the other day.
Oh
Because he's
yeah,
like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
moving out here to LA where I'm
Oh,
at.
he's doing the full content creator.
The
He's gonna
full
get a
content
Tesla.
creator. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He's gonna get a Tesla.
Y- Yo, Kyle, can you hear us?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you
Oh,
loud and
thank you,
clear.
Chunky.
What's going on with y'all, man?
Yo,
I
what's
do
going
have a
on? Thank you
Twitch.
so much for being here.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me, honestly.
Yeah, man. I'm sure it's been a whirlwind couple of days for you, man.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like when they say shit happen overnight, shit happens overnight,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's what they say, right? It's like you've probably been grinding for how many years now to be like an overnight, to
Yeah,
be an
it's
overnight
not
thing.
really overnight, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
once this shit start clicking, that's when overnight shit start happening. Like,
Exactly. So I mean, thank you so much for being here. And we've also got Jacques who made the Genius video about FN Meka. I think you guys have talked
yeah.
before.
Yeah, I just want to say, Kyle, it's great to see you again.
Bro, where did was it at SOBs? I don't remember.
No, it was at South by Southwest.
That's
You
what
were
it was. I was
in
like South by Southwest or SOBs. I don't remember
Yeah,
exactly.
you at Mark Spratley's Mark Spratley, he has he always has these like different showcases that you performed. You had a great performance. And I remember seeing you walk on stage and it's almost like I got chills. I'm like, oh, that's the kid. And like, for any journalists that are in the chat, I see y'all, right? Fizzy Cards, I see y'all, right? For any journalists that are in the chat, right? Would you have like, you're trying to like break down a story and you see like the linchpin kind of there. I saw you, I'm like, oh my God, I could confirm this. So you were able to kind of tell me right up front. Yeah.
I remember you DM me, right?
I was
They're
in your
like,
shit, man.
they're like, yo, they're trying to like we wanted to be like a mystery at the time, right? Like,
Right.
yo, we don't want like it to be like we want FN Meka to be mysterious. Like, we don't want to know who's behind it.
Right.
So I'm like, so you would DM me, they're like, yeah, just let's leave it alone. I'm like, all right, cool. So then I see the nigga in person, and then he's like, yo, bro, I got to know, bro. Like, tell me, bro. Like,
yeah,
was
man.
it you? I'm like, because I thought FN Meka, I'm like, we're not doing nothing with this anymore. Like, that's what I thought. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah, brother. It was me, brother. It was me.
Yeah.
So that's how we locked in again and shit like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's good seeing you again.
This
brother.
this is so great. I wanna start off especially because a lot of my audience, Kyle, is learning about you from this whole FN Meka thing, and we want to give you kind of your shine, in the way that FN Meka has not done that. So could you just tell us like a little bit about your background? How did you get into music?
So basically, like, I was doing music since 7th grade. I grew up basically when I moved to Georgia. So I was in a group called YTB. Shout out to my gang. So I basically started taking it serious when I moved to New York out of high school. And that's when if you go do your research, I was working with St. John. We was in God Complex. So St. John and shit is my family also. So we had a whole collective. We were supposed to come out with the mixtape and then all branch off and do our own shit. So at the time, like around that, I was in the God Complex group. So that's how I started getting serious with the music.
Right.
And that's how basically I feel like they saw that and hit me up, and that's how we went from there with the FN Meka stuff.
Okay, yeah. So like, do you remember what it was like when they hit you up?
Like, to my recollection, it was just like they're looking for artists. I guess they went through like other artists to see, but they didn't like the sound or what the
Right.
artist was giving them. So they like we basically I was like, okay, like what sound are y'all looking for? Because I
Yeah.
wanted it to be kind of separate from my actual
Mhm.
myself on the artwork.
Right.
So I could do the AI stuff, the mecha stuff, and I could still do my music. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm about to blow. I don't want to be like, okay, oh, that's Kyle the Hooligan. Like somebody find out who it's me.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted it to be serious.
Especially because you're not in control of how they're running. I don't know if you've seen the FN Meka social media posts, but they're like corny as hell, right?
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like
You know what
that
I'm
is
saying? It was
not,
like
you
a
know, you
little,
don't. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
exactly. Like you know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm a indie artist. I'm young. Try to
Right.
get some money in my pocket, help
You
my
try to
family.
you were
You know what
trying to
I'm saying?
cash a check, you know?
Right,
Absolutely,
like
yeah.
good opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's just like started working with these guys, and it's just like I don't know, stuff just didn't work out. So
Did
that's
they
why.
give you like inspiration? Like when they were looking for a sound, were you pitching sounds to them, or did they say
Yeah.
we want like a 6ix9ine type?
So basically, it was like, okay, what was trending at the time was like 6ix9ine, all that kind of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
they're basically saying like I had sent them different styles.
Yeah.
And what stuck with them was the voice that y'all heard, the
Right.
one that was on the internet. Did a song for them, Cowboy, Moonwalking. So it was kind of like a pitched up version of me
Mm-hmm.
talking to, like on a certain type of beat, like a TK, a
Yeah.
six
Yeah.
nine, that kind of stuff that was virally, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they wanted
Yeah.
to pop this off quick. And
Right.
I've been,
This is 2019. It's like the race and
yeah,
like all that. Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
saying? So that's how that came about. So I gave them a couple ideas, and they're like, yeah, we like, because it was when TikTok 2 was just now coming up, and like they're
Mm-hmm.
like, we want a TikTok, you like little pump, do.
Right.
Like they wanted like the little pump type of thing, but I made it
Yeah.
more cooler. Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
like take it a 6ix9ine type of vibe.
Right. Right.
Like a
Right.
little, yeah, ooh, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
wanted,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? But I made it cool. And they're like, yo, yeah, we fuck with this. Like, this is about to go crazy. Like, so that's when we dropped the first song called Internet. Because
Yeah.
they was getting a lot of death threats and stuff like that. So they basically wanted to like basically talk upon that, like
Right.
to basically respond to all the haters and people that were just like DMing them and going crazy, like
Yeah.
you're not a person, you're an
Yeah.
alien. Like,
That's also
people
the
really,
weirdest. Yeah. Thing to. It's like, yeah,
yeah,
you're
like
not a person. I don't know. But I mean, people are so mad that I'm fake, and it's like you are.
no, like really though, it's like, come on, y'all, like use your head, like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's people behind it, but people was really like, people on the internet was really like thinking this AI was like a person for real, like if the AI could just get up and like walk and
Yeah.
get on Instagram and do.
They really tried to make it seem, because I have a background in like, I mean, I do this stuff now, but I have a background in computer science. Like I used to be a software guy, and the second a company is like AI this, AI that, my eyebrow goes up, and I'm like, oh, this is total bullshit. So I was, immediately it's just like they're trying to capitalize on I don't know, just trying to pretend, because having you behind it musically, like you were also writing the lyrics, right?
Yeah, definitely. And another thing is like I wasn't really too familiar with the AI and like all these NFTs and all this stuff. I wasn't familiar with this. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, this could be a cool experience to try it
Yeah.
out and do it. So I kind of be like, I don't know, I don't really even know what the hell AI is for real. Like I know it's artificial intelligence, but
I don't think they know either, to
because
be
I'm just
honest.
like, it's not grasping to me like it's a basically like CGI stuff on the phone
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram. So I'm like, where's people really believing like AI? Like that's what was just like a disconnect to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
No.
like, I didn't understand, but
No, it's
I was
hard.
like,
Their whole thing doesn't make any sense, to be completely honest with you. But
The thing that was interesting though is like when they were experimenting with you, they were like literally just trying to go like the avatar route. Like we have someone that can make music and then we
yeah.
can pump the music through them. But
exactly.
when I got hip to them, I forgot what it was, but like I was talking to somebody, but when I got hip to them, they had a song called Speed Walking, right? Or
Mhm.
something like that. This other viral song that was actually that the lyrics actually were through like through like AI, right? Basically they
Right.
fed a bunch of rap lyrics into a computer and it spat it
Yeah.
out. That was kind of like Travis Bot. And
Travis Scott,
but
yeah.
yeah, that's also included in the video, right?
Mhm.
Like, and that's like kind of what they were trying to get around like the true songwriting process, because they were just breaking down hits to like ones and zeros
Mhm.
essentially.
Yeah.
And the thing that like made it even like more insidious is because like the music isn't good. So when you know like what's behind it and like what went into it, it makes it even like crazier. And also like when regards to like finding you, Kyle, like I found it like, it was a big question as to like who was the voice behind it. I don't know who the voice is
I still
current
had this
behind.
question. Like, I don't know if I
Yeah.
asked. I might have been a little tipsy the day I met you, but how did you find me though? Because I never posted about it or nothing. Like, I was like, what the hell? How does this nigga know? Like, it's me.
I'm good at what I do.
This,
Like I'm
yeah,
good
he's
at
I
what
ain't
the
I
gonna
do.
lie.
journalist. This is the real
Yeah, yeah,
journalist over here.
I was
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm a
But
journalist. Like, he was
I'm good
DMing
at
me,
what
but
I
you know,
do.
like people DM you, you're just like, man, some
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
Like, I'm just
I
like, I
also
just brush
like,
it off.
not to like be like a douche, but like we're three blue checks. So if like I have a blue check and I'm sliding into your DMs to ask you a question, you're gonna check it as compared to someone sending you beats, right? But
I wasn't a blue
yeah.
check guy first, so I didn't understand the power. Like, yeah, it's real shit. Like,
No, but hey, look, I was very much about like, trying to like track you down because like you represented a really important piece that I had to find out. Like I couldn't like take the story to publish it. I couldn't like come out with it if I didn't know who the voice was before it. And like that was like what also made a lot of the news like that was like left out in all of the coverage that came out is like people were reporting on the two songs like Moonwalking and yada yada, those two songs you made and
yeah,
Internet.
internet and
But
moonwalking.
like I've pointed out who the voice was because that's also
Right,
very
right,
integral,
right.
right? It's like this robot rapper is using the N-word, right? And
Yeah.
something, Jarvis, that you said, it's very minstrelly, and I
Mhm.
agree with that, right? So it's like this robot rapper is using the N-word, and all these places like didn't find out that it was like you that was using it. And
Yeah.
my question for you, Kyle, is have you received like negative backlash from Black people that are like, why would you do something like this? Like, have
Honestly,
you
I
like
haven't received any of that. Like, everybody's been genuine. Like, and they're like, damn, like you haven't been recouped, nothing, and they basically cut you out of it. Because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, you know,
yeah,
indie artists, us as Black people, we're always hustling. We're trying
Yeah.
to get a dollar to feed us, feed our families. So it's like you can't be mad at me that I'm trying to get a bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
come on,
Plus,
real.
if you, it sounded, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to put words in your mouth. It sounded to me like you were under the impression that you were going into this as a collaboration. So
Collaboration together. Like,
yeah. And so that's a completely different, if it's like a robot using the N word, but it's a Black artist writing lyrics and
exactly,
a profiteer, someone who's also
yeah,
making money from this
money.
exactly.
venture, then that's
Exactly.
totally different
That's when it
than,
would have been
yeah,
cool, like, you know what I'm saying? But they cut me out. So that's where the problem was. So it would have been on some like, okay, I'm working this, I'm doing this. And if people did end up finding like, oh, it was this guy, like that would have been all good. Like, yeah, I'm Black, and like, damn, this nigga did some different shit. Like this nigga goddamn went on the AI shit. Like, you know what I'm
And you
right.
know
saying? Like,
what? And I feel like that comes out of a push because when you truly at your core know that what you're doing like isn't it, like you cut corners and stuff like that happens because
right,
it, what
exactly.
what what I found out is like basically I just kept hounding them and I would find out more stuff and I would go back to Anthony and be like, hey, when we spoke, you told me this is what I'm finding out. So eventually they just told me anything. That's how the video kind of
Yeah,
progresses.
yeah, yeah.
And then knowing that FN Meka was initially a character for a video game makes so much sense. And in that
Yeah.
case, like removes everything that's problematic about him. If anything, like if you try to make a video game called Clout Fighter and you had all of these like FN Meka type people, as long as they're not rapping and saying the N-word, I don't really care. You know
Right.
what I
Right.
mean? It's like when it veered into like making like this Black art with this
Mhm.
fictional Black person that
Yeah.
wasn't controlled by Black people, like that's when it became problematic for
It's a
me. And
literal puppet at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
exactly. And when it hit that point, then that was when I had to figure out, okay, how can I say this? Like, 'cause I don't want to lose objectivity. And like, it's funny, you sent me the DM, like people could see that I reached out to you, right? I hit
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
up, so it's like, how could I both say that, hey, this ain't it without coming across to this,
Right.
to,
And shout out to you for the genius shit and letting people know for real.
Yeah.
thanks, man. Hey, yeah.
So Kyle, I want to ask, like, what was your idea of the team? Like, how were you meeting people in person? Were you just exchanging like DMs and emails back and
So
forth?
basically, it was DMs, calls, all that kind of stuff, and me basically, I'm thinking like, cause we were supposed to meet and all this kind of stuff. So I'm thinking like, I was gonna be a partner into the whole thing because
Right.
they promised me percentages into the FN Meka character and all this kind of stuff. And I was supposed to be paid on top of that, all that stuff, the equity of the whole
Yeah.
thing. And I
Do you
didn't
have any
take,
of this in writing?
I didn't, huh?
Do you have any of this in writing?
I have stuff in writing and stuff, but I can't get too deep into it
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't want to.
Of
yeah,
course, of
they
course.
promised
You
Yeah.
me
keep it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
yeah, they promised me equity into the character. So that's why I didn't go up to them because I wasn't a work for hire. I believed into the shit. So I was like, okay, y'all gonna give me equity. So I'm not gonna take no upfront money.
Right.
We're gonna do this together.
You thought it was an investment in like a career
Yeah,
opportunity or a
you know
business
what I'm saying?
opportunity. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, this shit could blow, and then I could fucking with that shit blowing, then it could help my career out as
Right.
me as Kyle the Hooligan. So
Exactly.
that's what
Yeah.
I thought it was a partnership. The
Right.
whole time.
And I don't think that's a bad way. If it sounded like you were thinking about things the right way and they just
Right.
kind of broke your trust. Like they were the
Exactly.
dishonest
Like
party.
everybody's DM me or they're on my page like, why you didn't get paperwork? Like, like because I trusted them. I was young, naive. I didn't have a team behind me. I didn't have lawyers. I couldn't afford that kind of stuff. That's why I was doing it
Man,
with them.
I'm sorry. It gets me so much. Like the amount of young artists and especially like young artists of color that I see getting taken advantage of the industry because they don't have access to things like lawyers.
yeah.
It's very upsetting because, you know, is like your story, it repeats itself. It continues to repeat itself in the industry.
No, definitely. I'm just glad like now I had a little platform to where it got to where people can see this. And I'm glad that it blew up to where it did.
Right.
So now it can shine light for other people that's going through the same things. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't
Absolutely.
be afraid to speak up. And now people need to know, get your paperwork right.
Yeah.
Like, don't just fall for promises because at the end of the day, a person could tell you anything and it's broken promises. And then you're just looking like, so what now? And imagine you can't afford a lawyer, you can't afford this. How are you going to recoup anything that you did?
Right.
And this was all like, you know, in like a weird way, like to just like sell NFTs and, you know, like metaverse shit. Like,
yeah,
you know,
we went through yesterday on stream every single thing that FN Meka has posted.
oh,
and it's
that's
like
amazing.
It's like it was like a G Fuel partnership where they sold G Fuel virtual G Fuel flavors as NFTs. Or like they made a little it was like a bathroom stall or something. I don't know. It sold for $16,000. And then they go and say that, I mean, according to, for what I've heard, they've gone and said they didn't make any money off these NFTs or whatever, or they aren't selling them. And I'm like, someone is making money here. This stuff costs money to make. This stuff costs resources to make. They have 10 million followers on TikTok. That's not nothing.
Exactly.
Yo, Rare Proton, you're hilarious. He said, "Wait, the NFT bros are scammers." It's like, of course,
yeah, for real.
You know, and it's the truth, of course.
But
like,
in 2019,
like
we didn't know. We weren't as aware.
No, and that's the thing, right? You know, so this it's like a long history. Like, and the thing is, like, Brandon Lee and also Chris Lee, right, who is the founder of RTFKT, right? Like I don't have a problem with them either. Like, I don't agree with this decision, but like I did a lot of research into them. Like, you know, Chris Lee is self-made. Like, he's been making videos on Counter-Strike and like these cool, like amazing graphics. They've been making great stuff out of Salt Lake City.
Right.
You know, it was really easy to tie FN Meka to him and his brother. You know, and like, they really
Factory New was like a Steam
Can I
group
say
or
one
whatever.
thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Factory, exactly. Yes, Factory New was it's funny. You have all these things that I didn't include in the video, but Factory New was a Steam group, and Gun Junkie was a CS:GO name, right?
Yeah.
These are all like their story is really cool, and their father like is like a really great video director.
Also,
oh yeah, Kyle.
Know? Yeah, sorry.
So basically, like, I personally don't feel like they had malicious intent and they're bad guys.
I don't think
I
so.
just
either.
feel like they just did business wrong. They didn't understand the music industry, and they got way over their heads, and they didn't do shit correctly. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Here's what I'll take it a step further. I'll say that I don't, while I don't feel like they had negative intentions, I do feel like there was in this play, it was like a cynical take on hip hop, and it's like it has to come from a place where if you believe that hip hop really is like the WWE, because in a
Yeah,
large instance, it is like the WWE, right? But at the
right.
same time, like rappers is the most dangerous job in the world, right? Like,
Right.
Oh,
you know what I
definitely.
mean? Like you have a target on your back. You can go to jail. Like Gunna is the song that FN
That's
Meka
what's
is
wild.
on.
Yeah.
Gunna is currently in jail for using similar lyrics that FN Meka was, randomly generating. So
Right.
Right.
like I feel like I don't indict Chris and Brandon for that at all. But I do feel like in that context, like, and also you have to also factor the people at Factory New as well. Like,
Yeah.
this is a whole concerted strategy that comes from like a really cynical take on rap music and an ignorance of how important, maybe not ignorance, maybe like a non, you don't care. Maybe not ignorance, but
Yeah.
maybe you
Yeah,
just don't care
because
how
I feel
important
like
authenticity
they
is.
they probably didn't have like a take on it. Like they're gonna be malicious, but then once you're in like doing that, you kind of know like what you're doing. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like
You
at the
break bad
like, okay,
eventually.
like you're not doing right, and then you cut the person that's supposed to be a partnership and the artist that's behind the character, and just cut them out. Like that's fucked up. And then don't pay them, don't give them nothing. Like it's just broken promises. Like,
That's what I'm
I
saying. Like if you were a
and then like,
full and willing partner, it would have been cool.
yeah, and I feel like they just at the time like they basically got a kid who's young and naive, the culture, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really from that streets, all that, like you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what it's like. I gave him the cool factor of it, like, oh yeah, he's
Mm-hmm.
a rapper, he can be the rapper, woo, woo, woo. But then you cut me out, so then it's like that's a disconnect now.
Yeah.
That's where it's a problem. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
you can't say
exactly.
the N-word because you're still promoting this stuff, and you don't even have the person that was dealing with the whole stuff, supposed to be a partnership, to even be the face or back it or back you guys.
Yeah. While and I agree with you both, and while I, even if it's not malicious intent, where I would fault them is, well, one, cutting you out to begin with,
All I
Kyle,
can say
but
is
two,
at first. That's what
yeah.
I can say. At first.
Oh, at first,
At
yeah,
first.
because
Yeah.
I think not, they went wrong as soon as they didn't have a black person in the room. You know what I
Right.
mean? Where it's
Yeah.
like, because now they're making all of these decisions in exploiting, like they're doing this police brutality post and all
Like,
this shit. It's like,
and even
where?
that talk on that, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, no, no.
When I was working with them, it was never that. Like the only thing there was like the 6ix9ine shit going on,
Right.
and they had like posted some shit where they were like beating 6ix9ine up in jail.
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah, I
watched
So
it.
saw
that was
that.
like, okay, cool. They done after they ghosted me all that stuff. That's when they started doing all the extra shit
Because they
where
were trying to go
police
viral.
beating the goddamn, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
out of there, like they,
And,
I was really not even in the camp no more. Like that's when
and
they
then and
started
then
doing all
that's
that
where it veers
shit.
into like the ignorance. That's what I was
Yeah,
trying to
that's
say.
when
It's
it's
like
not
maybe,
cool. Like
yeah, and what you said is right. They all break bad. Like you said, like they you kind of eventually know what you're doing.
Right.
So, and like what you're saying, Jarvis, right? You have to fault them
that's
after a
facts
certain
though.
point, right?
Yeah.
Because you everybody, if you get to do this, you have to reach a point where you're going to just be making fun of things that actually happen to black
Right.
people,
Yeah.
right?
And
Like
having no black people in the room, and then all the people are making money on it. It's just
exactly.
textbook exploitation of black
Exactly.
pain.
I mean, hey, look, RTFKT sold to Nike. Nike bought them. They sell NFTs. Like, you know what I mean? Like this was
That means that's probably, do we know what that deal was?
I think like if we Google it, I'll Google it real quick,
Because
like
just the fact that you can't, even if it was a back of the napkin business deal, you can't in good faith compensate the people who like brought you up when
You get
you
what I'm
come
saying?
into money. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Like that. It's like okay, y'all didn't have money at the time, so I worked with you
I put it
guys.
in the chat.
Partnership.
And then look, what I'm
You getting big brand endorsement deals and stuff off of me giving you the cool aspect and the culture,
yeah,
you
now
the
look,
past basically, and then you just cut me out of it, ghost
right.
me, you
now
replace me with fucking people and all this kind of shit. Like that's
Yeah.
not cool.
and I'll say like this sale has nothing to do with like what happened here.
Definitely.
But it was probably included in some type of portfolio or something of what they're working on, because that's what they make. They make sneaker NFTs. Like, you
And
know,
they
they would make
have capital. You know what I mean? If
exactly.
you're getting acquired, you have those resources, you have that capital.
Yeah.
No kickbacks, like, you know what I mean? Or not, like, it seems
Yeah.
like there was even like a break in communication, like it wasn't even like they weren't even
That's what
trying
I'm
to
saying.
reach
Who
out and make
knows?
sure you were good.
The
Like I'm
stuff they
not
were doing is good.
right, and I'm not a villain. I'm not trying to just be, you know what I'm saying, bash person. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, communicate with me. Like, we could have solved this. Like, we could have worked it out. But y'all
Right.
left me high and dry, ghost. Y'all making me out there big money, and I'm over here struggling artist trying to freaking support myself. Like,
Absolutely.
you didn't give me nothing. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's crazy to me. Like,
Damn, man.
yo,
Yeah.
So why
crazy.
when I hit you up, why didn't you say anything?
Because at the time I was still kind of involved with them, and I'm a
Got
person.
you.
I'm big on loyalty.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. They tell me don't say nothing. Cool. I'm thinking I'm still
Yeah.
gonna get my equity, this type of stuff.
Right.
So I'm not gonna say nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying. I'm thinking, okay, he's a reporter. He's trying to snoop around. I'm trying to keep it mysterious.
Right.
Then when I seen, like, okay, when I actually, because he was DMing me, when I actually seen him in person, that's when I was like, okay, I'm thinking, all right, FN Meka, like, they just, nothing's going on with it anymore. Like,
I
it's
mean,
cold.
that is such snake behavior, though, to like hold it over you to say, oh, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that, and then when they are going a different direction, they don't make good on any of their
You know what I'm
promises.
saying? Like, I should have been in the Capitol meeting. I should have been in this. I should have been
Absolutely,
in that.
yeah, exactly.
Man, see, that's the story. Shit. If you had gave me that, like, even if you had hit me up like 2 months later and
But
said
you know,
this
I
is
was
what it was.
trying to, like, I was on some silent shit. Like, nah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
you know what I'm
Because you got to
saying?
protect
I'm
yourself.
big on
Yeah.
loyalty, bro. Like, that's one
Right.
thing about me. Like, I have morals and loyalty. Like,
I mean, and don't lose. I feel like don't let this experience. That's such a great quality to have. Like, don't lose that
I
because
know,
of
definitely. Like,
these
that's
bad
me.
people.
Like, it's in me. That's why I want people to get to know Kyle the Hooligan. Like, not
Right.
just this situation. Like, that's why I'm glad, like, it blew up this big, because it's gonna only shine light on me and who I am as a person. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying?
Word.
And we do
Word.
want to talk to you about some of the stuff that you're up to now. I had one random last question because I know we are short on time.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
So I was DMing with the FN Meka account.
Hilariously.
And they, one of the things they told me was that there was a black woman involved in the creation of the character. Do we know who they are possibly talking about?
Honestly, like, when I was working with them, I had no acknowledgement of a black person involved, but I don't know. I wasn't too deep into the team to know, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They obviously didn't have me too in depth.
Yeah, but still,
I'm not sure. They could have or could have not. So
They-
I can't say
what
they did
it's.
or
I'm gonna posit a theory that nobody needs to own, but like because it was apparently from Clout Fighter, it could have been that there was a black designer at some point who designed, like the fact that they're being like, oh, there was a black person involved at some point in the past, and there was a black person who said the N-word, so we're good, right? We're good. Like the fact that they yesterday said that to me was wild.
Oh, the fact that they're even like communicating with you is mind blowing.
Yeah.
And B, like, you know, the stuff that they're saying so openly to you, right? And when I hit them up, they didn't say a black person had anything to do with it. They said that Factory New was diverse. They were always important to remind me of like their diversity. And the thing it sucks is, like, you know, I don't have access to any of these emails. That's another thing, young journalists, back up your stuff. I don't have access to any of these emails, but like, I would have known if they had mentioned that they had a black lady, and the fact that they went out of the way to say that just feels so like, hey, they got a token.
It's token. Yeah, exactly. It's like we got one.
We got one.
Last night, by the way. So during the whole stream yesterday, the police brutality, even through the announcement of them like losing the record deal, police brutality post was still up. Last night they deleted it finally.
Oh my god. My god.
Okay, cool. So yeah, let's just transition. Kyle, I want to like give you the floor and like, can you talk to us about your current music? Like, what are your inspirations? What are you like looking to do in this industry?
So basically, what I'm working on, like, basically, I'm a rock star. So, like, honestly, like, people they call me next Juice WRLD, stuff like that. But also, I do rap, I do pop. Like, I'm versatile. I don't want to just be put in one box. I want people to
Right.
know that now. Like, don't put me in one box. I do all types of music because music is an art, and people tend to feel like they forget that. So they try to
True.
just base an artist on one genre. Like, no, I'm
Yeah.
an artist. Like, this is music. This is art for me. So have a different styles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, especially when it's a bunch of suits, you know, who are trying to be
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, like we need the next this artist, we need the
you
next
know what I'm
that
saying?
artist, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a numbers game, honestly. Like, and I'm glad this happened so people can come to my page and see my music and see what I'm about. I just dropped a single, "Say My Name," 6 speed. Like, I want people to check all that kind of stuff out. I have a project I'm working on that's about to come out. That's about to be legendary. Like, trust me. Like, the next big thing. Like, that's why. Like, this is a stepping stone for my story. Like, honestly.
Word.
Perfect. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah. Like, it's,
We've got the link going right now to your in the chat to your Spotify. You can hit
yeah.
!Kyle for that. You got the new single "Say My Name" out. Is there anything else you want to tell the people, Kyle?
Man, people don't even know. Like, I have a song that already was viral, like on my own. They
Mm-hmm.
need to check that out. That had 8 million streams on Spotify,
Let's
going
go.
No,
crazy
no,
to
no.
YouTube. Like, that's what a lot of people know me as, from on my own. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Can you talk about filming that video, by the way? You're in the middle of the stadium. Like, what was
Yeah,
that? That was
I'm like, okay,
it's
I'm living
crazy.
in Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta. Like, I'm just like, I'm gonna represent Atlanta. So I did the abandoned MLK Stadium, and
Fire.
basically I didn't want no girls, like my niggas. I'm like, this on my own. Like, this has to be on my own. That's why I was the only person in the video, because, not to get into details, but it's like a lot of people I've been working with and stuff like that just left me behind. It's a lot of broken promises in this industry. I'll tell you, it's a lot of broken promises. People will tell you this, tell you that, and they'll never come through with their word. So I just felt like I went in the studio. I'm like, bro, like, these niggas done left me. Like, bro, I'm on my own. Like, and that's how
Yeah.
I made that banger. Like, and that shit is reactive. Like, you can see in the numbers, like, organic.
Yeah, man, we love to hear that. Kyle, thank you so much for joining us. Jacques, you as well.
Thank you.
I
Please,
appreciate you guys.
everybody, check out Kyle the Hooligan. Amazing artist. We're gonna watch some music videos and listen
Yeah,
to some of your
appreciate
stuff
it. Yeah,
after this as
definitely.
well. Best of luck with everything, man. Of course, reach out if you need anything. If there's anything we can do.
I appreciate it.
Also check out my TikToks. You know,
Oh,
that's the name of the
Yeah,
game,
we
check me
right?
got
out,
the
My
man.
Jacques.
Instagram.
Jacques is now a full-time content creator,
I'm a full-time
independent.
content creator.
Independent,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
check him out on TikTok, Instagram. He's all over the place. Check out
And
his
can
stuff.
we plug my Twitch, because I got to start streaming more. I'm gonna
Yeah.
start streaming more. I normally stream really nerdy racing streams, but I'm gonna start like a just a talk show, something like this. So
Okay, perfect.
you know,
I
yeah,
ain't gonna
right
lie,
there.
you got that finesse on your talk, man.
Yeah.
I wish,
Yeah,
no, listen, honestly, both of you guys, like, I wish I could talk to you good, like you guys. Like, I'm the type of
Man,
person, I don't even like interviews. I did it because you guys, like, for one, you's genuine from the jump, and you're a genuine guy also. Like, I just wanted to just share my story,
we
and
appreciate that, man.
I'm not a
thank you so
talker,
much.
so you know
No,
what I'm
no,
saying?
you were amazing. Everybody loved you. Everybody loved both of your voices. We've been seeing it in the chat all streams. So
I give
yeah,
you that vocal fry, you know.
yeah. All right, thanks so much, fellas.
All right,
Take
peace,
it easy.
y'all.
Peace.
All right, brother.
Thanks, Jarvis.
See ya. That was very nice.